Hi, guys.
Hey guys,
Welcome back to the Girly Hour.
where we solve the world's problems from our couch.
I'm Emma,
And I'm Shannon.
and today we're going to be starting your fitness journey.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
This is like your topic.
This is my topic.
Yeah, this
I
is
love
where you
this.
shine.
You know what? I was shining last week with colors.
True.
And this week, I'm so excited to talk about this because I feel like I could once again talk about this for forever. Fitness is such a big part of my life, and it can be so fun and exciting, but also daunting and
Totally.
scary. So I'm excited to chat about it today.
Yeah. And that's why we're starting with just like starting your fitness journey as opposed to like jumping into like the bigger topics.
Yeah.
Because you got to start somewhere.
And
it's still January.
It's still January. New Year, same me.
Yeah.
But this is something, we'll definitely be talking a lot. Not a lot, but I mean, there will be multiple episodes on this kind of topic because it's so broad. And I feel like, we have a lot to say, and I feel like our listeners have a lot of experiences as well. We'd love to hear from you, and,
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Mm.
Before we get started, though, I want to say welcome home.
Thank you. Okay, guys, I promise this is the last I'll talk about it. But I am finally home from out west. I'll just say a few words. It was beautiful, stunning, fresh air, gorgeous snow, so much fun. And so I snowboard. My partner skis, and we're like the same size feet and everything. And
handy.
So handy it is. And so we switched one of the days. I tried skiing and she tried snowboarding.
Okay, I saw that she was snowboarding.
Yes.
But I didn't know you skied.
I know. I have
Very
to get the
cool.
video. So I wasn't sure if I had done this before because, okay, guys, I guess this is not going to be quick, but
I'll just do a few words.
I thought I maybe had done it before when I was a kid. When you're in grade school, you do these trips.
You all get forced to
cross-country skiing.
Yes.
I had done that. I wasn't sure if I had skied before because as soon as it came time to go to the downhill skiing when you're old enough, my parents had bought me a snowboard,
right,
which was 3 sizes too big. They thought I'd grow into it. I stopped growing. I did not grow. And so I just started snowboarding.
Right.
So I was trying to remember, have I done this before? Is this gonna like click in? Anyway, I got in those boots and on those skis. I was like, this has never happened before. I have never been in this situation in my life.
I was definitely thinking you're going to be like, oh, it's like riding a bicycle.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But my saving grace, so one of our friends' husbands is on the trip as well. And so he described it to me like hockey. So I'm a hockey player, and so is he. He's like, so instead of doing the pizza,
right,
where you put your skis together to stop and go down the hill, he's like, just think of it like you're stopping on skates.
Oh,
so
you like slide to the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, shh, shh, shh. Except I did not look that graceful. I probably looked. I'm. Maybe we'll post a video. It was wild though. My quads were burning, and these runs, the hills up there are so long, right? My quads are burning. There is no relief even when you're standing. I had to lay down intermittently on the hill because I just needed relief.
Oh my God.
I was like, what the heck is going on?
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah. So I think a couple more times and it'll be better, but that was a wild ride. Of course, sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay.
Of course, Catherine just got the snowboarding immediately because she's like,
of course,
a wild athlete.
Yeah, of course. I'm picturing you, like if you were mic'd up, you would be skiing, you'd be like just going, après ski, après ski.
Après. I'd probably be doing shh,
yeah,
as I'm like carving. I don't know what you call it for skiing, but the same thing.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Damn.
So thank you.
Yeah.
What did you get up to?
I just puttered around waiting for you to come home. No, I had some boxes, so I was like, you know what, I might as well start packing. But I think that led to my house being done earlier. So you came home, and then we found out that I'm gonna move out soon. And we're not ready.
We're not ready.
Not ready for it.
No.
I should be so excited. And I think I am. But I'm like, oh, it's like an end of an era.
But it's also so close now. So you were supposed to move out
like mid-March,
mid-March,
and now it's beginning of February.
beginning of February, which
And
is literally in a week and a half, 2
I
weeks.
can't. Yeah, I'm not ready.
Oh my God.
Like, are we breaking up?
This is just so crazy because it's, I'm not prepared.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to grieve or
No.
come to terms
Absolutely not.
or consider what the future will look like.
Like, I have to just go live alone. I know you're 5 minutes away, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It won't be. Anyways.
But we'll still come over. We'll have Thai food.
Yeah. I finally found the good Thai place. I always want to know where the best Thai food is, and I had to go through 5 restaurants before I found the right one.
I'm so happy you did the research.
Yeah, spent all my money trying to find the right Thai place.
And now I will reap the benefits.
Now we can have Thai nights.
Exactly.
Anyways. No, I didn't really get up to much. I was just doing the back to work thing, and it's freezing here, and yeah, I was
It is
chilling.
minus 20 today.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Holy cow.
I don't love it.
It's freezing.
While you were away, I watched, there's a new Love Island out, Love Island
Ooh.
All-Stars. So it's like, and it's nice because they're like older. Like there's a guy who's like 36 on it.
Oh,
Which is kind of like,
is that a red flag?
I'm
not sure.
But it's kind of nice like seeing like older people because usually it's like 20-year-olds and you're like,
we're just trying to get famous on Instagram.
Yeah. And I mean, these people are kind of already sort of famous in their own way.
Yeah.
So it's just like a bunch of all-stars from all the seasons. So it's kind of cool. I don't know any of them because I don't watch. I watch Love Island USA. I don't watch the UK.
Oh,
this is the
right.
UK.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of fun actually not knowing who they are.
I like it. I'll have to
But
watch.
yeah, I do have news for you before we get started. Okay. It's not really news. It's just something that I found out about and it's like blown my mind. And I know it'll probably blow yours.
Okay.
Have you heard of placebo buttons?
No, but I know what the placebo effect is. It's similar?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's finding out that there are buttons in our day-to-day lives that actually do nothing, but it's to give us a sense of control.
Is this like a crosswalk type thing?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So crosswalks have been automated for like a very long time now. Some crosswalks, like at nighttime, it'll actually work because like some lights will just stay green unless there is someone.
Exactly.
But like the general day-to-day hustle bustle, you're pushing that button, it's not changing anything. It's just to make you feel like you have some sense of control.
Oh my goodness.
It's not, okay, let me hit you with this one. Thermostats in the office.
What?
Like in the offices that we sit in.
What?
You have no control over that. It is literally there just so that you can feel like you're changing something. But the climate itself is not changing because that's wasteful because people would be putting it up. There'd be like temperature wars and it would be wasteful.
Let me tell you. Okay, so in my office, we have a whiteboard. And on the whiteboard, it says number of days people haven't complained about the temperature in this office. And then it has the number. And it's a 0 always because it's frigid in there. It is always so cold. But then when you turn on like the blower, we got these new things. They're huge and they just blow air like crazy. When you turn on the blower, it's like a wind tunnel in there. And then it's either way too hot, way too cold.
Or way too noisy with the blower.
So noisy, so windy. I always have my heater on. And then it's a mess in there.
Yeah.
Always complaining.
Yeah. Do you have a temperature gauge that you can put up and down? Probably.
Yes, but I think it doesn't do anything.
No, it doesn't. Some will they'll be like locked off and you can't even access them. But if you do have one, it does nothing. It's just to make you feel like it's easing discomfort. And it's to make you feel like you have some sense of control.
Well, my personal heater under my desk.
That is not a placebo.
That makes me feel better.
Yeah.
And there's 2 of us that sit quite close to each other. And her and I always have our heaters on. And then
a
couple other people are like, it's so hot in here. I'm like, no, it's so cold. It's a constant struggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, that's so...
Are you ready for the third one?
Wild. What is the third one?
Elevator closed door buttons.
Stop. You know what? Someone's coming. I feel like, I'm hitting the open. I'm hitting the close.
Exactly.
I want this elevator to myself.
But it is not doing anything. I do have a friend who works in elevators, so I will confirm with her. But basically, since the Disability Act saying that an elevator door has to stay up a certain amount of time, that does nothing. It just, again, makes you feel like you are controlling the door and you have like,
And we're not just like waiting around for
Yes.
no reason.
Yes.
With no sense of, I feel like it would be the sense of timing. It's like, how long am I going to stand here until something happens?
yes.
But if I see that crosswalk or that elevator light light
You
up,
feel like, hey, I'm here. It's going to react. But it
now it'll
not.
happen in a certain amount of time.
So my understanding is the open and close doors in an elevator is actually for like fire personnel, and they have to put their key in. It's like if they're between floors and they need to open and close the.
Oh.
But it's not for us. It'll light up to make you feel like that's the placebo button effect. It'll make you feel like you're doing something. It's not.
Okay, now that you and I and our many listeners are aware of this, what are we gonna do?
I'm still gonna push the button. I'm still pushing it because what if
it does work?
Oh, what if I'm at the crosswalk and it's one of the ones that need me to show that I'm here? But yeah, you've been at a crosswalk where you've pushed that button and it's like
100 times.
It's the White Walker for like ever. Like,
yes,
it doesn't change. And the other thing about crosswalks is sometimes you have to push the button in order, because you know how sometimes it won't change.
Yeah,
so the lights will change, the traffic lights will change, but it won't give you a walk sign. But you could walk.
Yeah.
So sometimes pushing that button will show that light, but you don't need that to cross. Like, you know when to cross. But yeah.
On the note of traffic signals, I don't know if everybody knows this. So, you know, when you come up to a left turn lane and there's those two little stripes, they look like, I don't know, like little black stripes that are in the lane.
Black stripes?
Yeah. They look like almost like wires have been put in the cement and then they put the
I see what you mean.
over top.
Yeah. I thought you meant like paint. I was like, there's no black paint.
No.
Okay.
So those two little things, they're usually either at the front or a little bit back. If you sit on the back ones, you're getting the advanced every time.
Right.
I told someone about this recently and they didn't know that.
Oh.
So I don't know if everybody knows that.
Good to know.
My parents taught me that when I was quite young. Well, young enough to drive.
Now, I would like to know if they're placebo lights.
They are not, because they do give you the advanced every time.
Right.
Now, if there's two sets and you're on the front ones, that's not going to work.
Right.
So I always sit on the back ones, and then when a car comes up behind me, then I roll up.
Right.
So that there's someone, because there has to be someone on the front and back. If there's only one, it'll work every time. But if there's the two, it has to be a long line.
Right. Interesting.
And I don't have time to wait.
No. We haven't gotten into how you drive, but it's fast.
Efficiently. I get from point A to point B.
Very fast. Yes. She's like, oh, it says the GPS says 20 minutes. I'll do it in 15.
I'll try.
We also want to talk about how everyone loved our color analysis episode.
Yes, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys took something from it, because it truly has changed our lives.
I know a couple people said that they have booked consults to get it done.
Nice.
Another friend of mine actually used AI to tell her what her colors were. And we think they were pretty correct.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah. My grandmother called me. She had something to say about color analysis because she is the OG in our family that had gotten her colors done back in the 70s, 80s. So she's also an autumn like me. We have the very, very similar coloring. She said that they were doing it in the 70s and 80s, and it was like a Tupperware party. So you'd have all your girlies come over and you guys would all pay and get your colors done.
I love that.
So cute. Yes.
We should do that.
Yeah. She said that at the party, she also learn necklines. So you would know if a scoop, a round, or a V or square looked best on you.
Okay.
Interesting. Square is best for her, in case you were wondering what my grandma.
I'm certainly wondering.
Yeah. And then she talked about like the little black dress. Like she was like, everyone's supposed to have a little black dress. She said, when black's not your color, as long as you have like a decent amount of skin showing on your front, like in the chest area, you can still pull off black, is what she says. So maybe not like a turtleneck black sweater dress, but like something that's got a scoop or a square neckline. A
little bit of sleeve.
You can
Grandma.
still. Oh my God, Emma, she's listening.
She knows what I'm talking about.
But yeah, so that was fun.
Very cool.
And then you found out that people were listening to podcasts for their very first time.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Somebody came up to me yesterday and said they had listened, and they said they don't listen to podcasts ever.
That's crazy.
And I hope she listens to this one. But so many people have said that this is their first podcast.
Mhm.
They've never listened to a podcast before. And I'm trying to think, when was the first time I listened to them? Because I am obsessed with podcasts.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's just nice to have a break, not a break from music, but sometimes I just want something different,
Yeah.
right? Maybe I don't want to watch TV one day, so I want to read. I don't want to listen to music, so I want to listen to a podcast.
Mhm.
Or maybe I don't want to listen to anything. I just want to listen to a book
Right.
or whatever. But it's nice to have that variety.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you get to learn a lot.
Mhm.
I really like the podcast that I listen to.
I know I think my first ever podcast was the Serial podcast back in college.
Mm-hmm.
Did you listen to the Serial one?
I'm not sure.
That Anon guy.
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, that was so good.
Yeah. I can't remember if that came out before or after, because I also listened to at the same time. It's called Shit Town. I think they've changed it to S Town.
Oh.
But it's like a short form podcast. It was really good. But yeah, either Serial or Shit Town was like my first podcast, and that was in college. That was like when it was really like iTunes, like you had to do it on iTunes and stuff. Yeah.
So old.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be crazy. I listen to podcasts daily, so
yeah,
and I get my news from podcasts. Like,
well, I get my news from you. So.
Right, but technically you get it from the podcast. It's like handing it down to you.
Exactly. Yeah, I love crime podcasts. Like I was listening to Dateline, which is kind of funny because they say, "Oh, in this photo, it's literally taken from the TV." Like it's not.
It's their episodes.
So you can't see what they're talking about, but it's still fun to listen to.
Yeah.
Or the True Canadian Crime.
True Canadian Crime. Is that the one with she's got like an Australian accent?
I'm not.
Oh
no, there's a bunch of. It's just about Canadian crimes.
Yeah,
there's one about Robert Pickton, which is great, and it's I guess kind of cool to learn about
murder
from your country.
Yes, because we're so inundated with American true crime, we just need more Canadian true
exactly.
Crime. Yeah. All right, well, let's get into our topic. Emma, I think you should go first. Tell us, because I know yours probably started way before mine. Tell us about like your first time kind of getting into some kind of exercise routine.
Yeah. So for me, it started when I was a kid. I was always pretty active. I have a brother that's a couple years older. And so I was always running around with him and his friends, playing like road hockey, like everything my brother did, I wanted to do. And so I did get into hockey really young. And I was pretty good. So I
no big deal.
No. So I went forward with hockey, and with that I played high level. And so we did a lot of dry land training. I think that was my big intro to it. So
what's that?
Essentially, I guess with your warm-ups or on days that you're not playing, you would do exercising off the ice.
Gotcha.
Right? So
you running up and down hills?
Up and down hills, sprints, different drills, stuff like that.
Awful.
I mean, yeah, looking back, I don't know if I'd want to do that now.
What age would that have been?
We were pretty young. We were I feel like it all started in grade school. Yeah.
And then 12, 13?
I think so, yeah. And then got more heavy, definitely in high school, because I played junior in high school, and that's more obviously intense. You're trying to go to university, right?
Yeah.
So that was the start for me, and I really enjoyed how the exercise, obviously hockey was exercise itself, but the actual exercising, I remember a girl, her mom would do the dry land training for us.
Oh.
And her specifically, the stuff that we did, we were doing actual exercise as well. So yes, we'd run up and down the stairs, through the arena. But then we'd be doing lunges and I don't know, other stuff that were actual exercises. And I was like, oh, I really like this. And I really liked how it made my body feel. And it definitely changed my body composition. Not that I knew what that was at that time.
Right. You just knew it was different.
Yeah. And so I had always just really liked sports and the human body and stuff. And so as I got into high school, we were able to take fitness classes. And so I took,
outside of gym?
Yeah, a straight up in grade 11 and 12, you could take fitness.
Oh,
yeah.
Sweet.
So we did weight training. We did running. The goal by the end of the semester was to run 10 kilometers.
Oh my God.
Which I had never done in my life.
Ew.
I mean, I was young, but yeah. So I feel like I learned a lot about that. I took like exercise science. I loved all this stuff. It was just like super interesting to me.
Mhm.
And then I went off to university and continued with like fitness and hockey and all that stuff and got like super into it. And then ended up working at a gym for a long time.
Right.
And
As a personal trainer.
I did a bunch of stuff there, classes, training, all that stuff. Did so much learning. And then for a little bit got into the bodybuilding world,
Oh
which
yeah. I forget about that.
I know, me too. Guys, you can't tell that I ever did that. So no judgment. But it was super interesting to see that different world and that different type of fitness because there's all different types of fitness and exercise and
Mhm.
whatever. But that was like super eye-opening. And even the way I work out now, I love a bodybuilding style workout.
Right.
It is, I don't know, it's just so satisfying to me. So my body type, I guess I would be what, a mesomorph if you
I'm sorry, what
there's
did you
like
say?
ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. So there's
Is this like a kinesiology thing?
maybe
Okay.
I don't know, but like the ectomorph is like the lean bean poles that have
Okay.
trouble like putting on any kind of weight and they just metabolize everything.
Mhm. And the
Um,
weasels.
The weasel, the mesomorph.
Okay.
So
Like,
me,
what did you call me?
like I put on muscle easy, but I put on fat easy.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, thanks.
No, that's me too. But like,
Yeah. So
okay. And then what's the other one? You
so
just
the other
get
one would be like
muscle?
the endomorph, which is like they carry fat quite easily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harder for them to like lose weight and whatever.
Mm.
I think with my body type, I've learned how strong I can be because I can kill it in the gym.
Mhm.
I just have so much trouble losing fat. It's possible. Like it's literally it's not it's hard to do. It's hard to like obtain whatever goal you're trying to do.
Mhm.
In the fact that physically it's hard mentally, whatever, but like it is down to a science. Like there are just ways to do things. And if you follow exactly, if we were all not human and didn't have emotion or feelings or wants or needs, you could just do it easily.
Right.
But yeah, so anyway, I like fell in love with strength training and I love being strong. I love going to the gym. I love the atmosphere. I love being around other people that are doing that kind of stuff. And I guess that's my whole journey.
Well, if I were to kind of summarize, I think it sounds like you got into hockey and then saw how having an exercise routine improved your hockey skills.
Yeah.
And then you continued with that in different ways throughout the
Yeah.
rest of your life.
Yeah.
And sometimes more hockey, sometimes more exercise, depending on where you.
Yeah, I did take quite a long hiatus from hockey and
Mhm.
but yeah, I
But
definitely
you still used like the skills you learned
yeah.
in exercise to continue that as your pattern of exercise afterward.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So that's my story. I guess we were only talking about the beginning, but we went full
You
circle.
went the whole story.
The whole way.
Yeah, didn't listen to me at all with my question.
But yeah, essentially the start for me was just in childhood with sports.
Right.
And that just really got me into it. So
Right.
that was my beginning point.
Mhm.
And then I kind of just feel like it's just for me, it was like trial and error, getting into different things, trying, and seeing what I liked.
Mhm. Cool.
What about you?
I did not do sports, so it definitely wasn't sports for me. If I'm being honest, I think it was like into my late 20s is when I actually started to try and work out. Like, I don't think I had a gym membership until then.
Late 20s.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I was the kind of person in high school, you're talking like, I took a fitness class. Like, I had to take gym. And sometimes I would be like, I forgot my gym clothes or I have period cramps. Like, I can't, like, I just did not want to do gym class. Especially like when it was the beep test day. And like, I figured out how to, like, I think the difference is like, you saw the changes in working out and how that benefited you in your sport. Me, I went in and I was like, I have to show improvement. So in our first day of testing, I'm going to purposely do really shitty.
Right.
I'm not going to work out all year. And then at the end of the year, I'll do a little bit better. I'll just do what I actually can do.
When they make you do the speed test at the beginning. And then
I would run to 2 on, and then at the end of the semester, I'd run to 3.
Yeah.
Which is, it's only 3 minutes of running, but that was awful for me. And people talk about, they're like, in high school, I could get to level 14. I was like, I was dying at level 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then I went off to like college, and like, I definitely wasn't exercising in college. There was a gym right next door to me that was like in my college. And I probably went to it twice in the 4 years that I was in college.
Wow.
Yeah.
So different. So different. So what got you into it? Like, how did that start?
I think like when you're in your 20s, everything kind of catches up to you. Like, I didn't diet either. So I was eating whatever I wanted. And then obviously in college, you're like drinking a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw my body change. And in order to kind of like, I just felt like I was like, it was like a thing I had to do as an adult. I was like, well,
no,
I've got to do workouts. So then it was like the journey of figuring out what the heck I would stick to, because we've mentioned it before. Like, I find working out so boring.
Yeah.
So terribly boring. I could think of a million things I could be doing other than working out. So
that's so crazy, because if I'm missing my workouts, I hate that.
So I had a point in my life in my late 20s where I was on like a regime because I was trying to get a job and I had to have a certain, like, I had to pass physical scores.
Okay.
So I had a trainer. That's like when I first invested in a trainer, and she had me on this like plan. And then I was going to the gym so consistently that like I would be at a friend's house, like playing board games or hanging out. And in my head, I'd be like, I'd rather be at the gym right now. I know. Who is she? Who is she? I know.
It's hard to believe that those words came out of your mouth.
I know. So, but that was also like so long ago when I think about it. But yeah.
So for those who are trying to get into the gym, like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people either haven't started, right? How you started later in life.
Yeah.
You can definitely start anytime. Or I feel like if you maybe have taken a hiatus and you're trying to get back into it,
right?
I feel like there's so many different things.
There's so many more options now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like our moms had like those workout videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Or, when I was like really trying to work out, I did the P90X.
Oh, P90X. Yes. Oh my gosh. I remember in university, my roommate and I were like stomping around on the ground trying to do these moves.
Yeah. I remember like giggling to his like, because you watch the same video like multiple times and you're just laughing at his same joke every week.
Yeah.
It's like the same video.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. So I think for me, okay, if anyone's listening and they are like not as confident about starting a fitness routine, like I think talking to someone like you're like, oh God, like she's had it since she was like in high school, grade school by the sounds of it. Like that's intimidating. Like, where do I even start? Should I even start? You know, like when you think about like, when you're like, hey, you should watch Grey's Anatomy. And I'm like, there's like 30 seasons. I don't want to start. It's too much. You know what I mean?
It seems overwhelming.
Yes. So I think the best thing, like the thing that I did is I started at in-home workouts. Even when I got a trainer, she worked out with me at my home. And then I built the confidence to actually go into a gym, like to show my face in a gym. I was like, I cannot.
Yeah.
So I think that's key.
I think also, I know that social media is a lot different now than it was when we were growing up. So now social media is, you know, there's influencers everywhere doing these whatever workouts, whatever diets, whatever, you know,
selling
whatever thing they're selling. Exactly. And so I think it's really important to be aware of the dangers of like looking at that. Like, oh, this 30-minute ab workout is going to give me a 6-pack. Literally no. And what did we learn from TikTok being banned for 12 hours? Oh, everybody's lying.
They're all on Ozempic.
They're all lying.
Yeah. So I think like what Emma's saying, beware of what you see on Instagram and what you idolize, and what you compare yourself to. And just know that a lot of those people are taking Ozempic, or they're doing different workouts, or they're working out way more. Like their job, a lot of them, is to work out every day.
Yeah.
And not everyone can get to the gym every day. They have another job that they actually have to go to make money. And like, you know, you have kids or you have whatever, right? So you just have to do, I think, at least for me in my journey, is like trying to find something that I can stick to. And I think it's adapting to like what your environment is like at that moment, or like what your lifestyle is like, and finding ways to like fit it in.
Yeah.
Because I have, like we talked earlier, like we did F45.
Yeah.
We've tried Orange Theory, other group fitness classes, even at Good Life. There's all those other fitness group classes that you can go to.
Yeah.
Peloton app.
Yeah.
Like we used that a lot. Like right after COVID, we had the Peloton app and we were doing like at home workouts. And then prior to the Peloton app, we were just like making our own. Well,
we were making our own.
You were a personal trainer, so you were making it up. But you could go online and literally, or like ChatGPT and be like, give me like a home workout, like body weight or whatever. Or you enter, there's apps that you can get and you enter what equipment you have at your home.
Yeah. And
then it'll like shoot out a workout. So I think as long as you can listen to me talking about consistency. But as long as you can find something that you can be consistent with, I think you'll see the results.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think consistency is huge. And I feel like if you are just trying to start.
Yes.
Right? Because if you just keep putting it off, like if it's something that you want to do, find something and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's big or small, whatever you want, do that. If you feel comfortable to walk into a gym and say, hey, give me a tour. Right. I want to start with something. Maybe you get set up with a trainer at first.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you are just, YouTubing or Googling or AI, what's it called? ChatGPT. Doing that to help you find some workouts and watch some videos on form and watching the neighbor beside you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And you feel comfortable doing that. Start with that. Start with whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for me, it was an idea and this is what's always jump-started my exercise journey, like again, is I'll see maybe, like we talk about how Instagram is like, you shouldn't really like compare yourself. But if you find something on there that like excites you, so if you see an influencer maybe that's like doing Pilates or bar or yoga and you're like, that's interesting, I'm excited to do that, then do that.
Yeah.
And that could be, you could go on a YouTube and get a video, or you could sign up for classes. Even I will see, like, and I think we all do this, is like you see like a workout on Instagram and you save it to like your little workout folder, and then
into the abyss.
Right.
Yep.
If you can and you're feeling jazzed about that workout, get up and do it like now.
Yeah.
And honestly, like it gets the ball rolling, because then you're like, oh, I feel good, I'm going to do that again tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
even little things like park a little farther away. Do you know what I
from
mean?
the Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Entrance.
Get your steps in, take the stairs. At work, it's frigid out now, so we don't go outside, but we do little circles in our little upstairs area. We walk circles to just get some steps in and get that movement, because it gets your blood flowing. It like makes you feel good. When you're sitting at a desk or at home on the couch or in your bed, you just want to melt.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know if you feel the same, but I certainly feel like that. The more lazy I am, the more lazy I want to be.
Right. Yeah.
So
no, for sure.
It feels good to like freshen up, like get a new change of scenery, get some fresh air, mix it up a little.
Even if you're just doing like 10 squats, getting up from your desk and doing 10 squats, like that's something too.
We do that at work too.
I see people on Instagram doing all this.
Have I told you this?
No.
We do squat o'clock.
Stop.
I'm not kidding.
Is it like every hour on the hour?
Yes. So we don't do it all the time.
Right.
But one of the girls at work, she was like, guys, we need to get more movement in. And we're all in such agreement, because we're like, we work hard, but like we're at desks all the time.
Right.
You need to mix it up.
Right.
And so on the hour, we'll yell around the office like, it's squat o'clock. And then we literally count. We're like, how many are we doing? And we start with 10. And if we've missed a couple hours, we'll like make up for those. Or we're like, hey, let's go to like 20 this hour. And yeah, sometimes we miss it and we go days without it. But like, it's like super fun and it's engaging and it's fun. It's fun to do fitness with friends.
Now, important question: has anyone split their pants doing squat walk?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Occasionally, we all wear pants that are maybe a little too tight and you can't go as low.
Yes.
Or one day I had to do lunges instead because just the way the jeans weren't stretching. It was the jeans, not me.
Of course.
Yes, the fabric. But yeah, working it in fun ways like that too is good. And just little things here and there. Everything kind of adds up. And like you said, consistency on these things is what's gonna, I think, go the full mile.
Yeah. Consistency and like accountability.
Yeah.
Like
I'm big with that. I need that.
Yeah. In December, I told my friends that I was doing, what did I say? 10-day soft. Like the 75-day hearts.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do 10 days soft. And I needed to do 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah.
And then I did 10 days without Instagram and 10 minutes of meditation every day.
Cool.
And being held accountable to that forced me to do it.
Yeah.
Like I would be sitting on the couch and I'd be like, crap, I'm only at 6,000 steps and it's like 8:00 at night. So then I get the little walking pad out. Ooh, the walking pad.
Let's talk about it.
Oh my God. Life changing.
Yeah.
So I got a walking pad. I guess it was after my surgery because it was before my surgery. It was the only exercise I was allowed to do leading up to my surgery. So I got the walking pad and it's great. You can like set it up in front of the TV, watch Love Island All Stars, and walk on the walking pad. I love it so much. And the reason I got it, see, this is where Instagram can be good, Emma.
Yeah.
I was watching Instagram. There's a girl I follow, Hope Zuckerbrow.
Okay.
And she has coined the term cozy cardio.
Oh.
And so she had such a cozy setup. She would like, it'd be in the morning, so it'd be still kind of dark out. She'd make her like iced coffee.
Yeah.
And then she'd go over to her walking pad. And then she had like purpley lights. Like it was she didn't put on no overhead lights.
She romanticized it.
She romanticized it. She put on her little show and she'd walk. And I was like, I can do that. That's something I can probably commit to.
Yeah.
So, especially because it was so cozy. Yeah. So if you are like ever inspired by something on Instagram, I think go for it because I literally bought the walking pad because of her and it's like a staple in our house now.
It is. I too love it.
Oh my God, I'm leaving. I'm going to take it from you.
No!
Oh no.
I need to get one.
Oh
no. Yeah, I definitely need to get one because, and we have a bike here too.
Yes, that's also
yours.
No, I'll leave it.
Damn. But it's so nice. We're currently on the couch because this is where we solve our problems from.
Of course.
And so we have like the TV on the wall in front of us, and then beside the couch is the bike, and then we just pull the walking pad out to face the TV.
Yeah.
And honestly, on those days where I'm like, it's too cold to go outside.
And it's so dark out already. At like 6 p.m. it's dark.
That chance I'm going out anywhere.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I want to move my body. It's so nice to just hop on the bike. And I'm not talking doing anything crazy. I'm not following a Peloton. I am watching a show.
Yeah.
I am literally just physically moving my body while doing it instead of melting into the couch.
Totally.
And sometimes it's been hard to get up and put on my shoes and my shorts and get that going. But not one time have I ever regretted it.
No, absolutely not.
Every single time I've done it, I've been like, I feel so good after. And I just watched an hour and a half of shows. Like,
yeah, which you would have done anyways.
Like, I love it.
Yeah.
I would have done it anyways, but I would have been eating chocolate at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
And it just makes me feel better.
Well, and I think that's the other hack we can share with you is we don't have a Peloton bike. Well, that's a tough topic.
I did. Lost it in the divorce.
But yeah, we don't have a Peloton bike, but if you get the Peloton app, which is much cheaper, I think, than you would know the membership.
Yeah.
Our smart TVs have the Peloton app on it. So you can literally watch a bike session.
Or you can set up your phone.
Right. Or your iPad, whatever you want to do, and do it on just a regular bike. And like, your bike's got different settings, but you can kind of know like how hard you need to put it, like how much resistance and how little, right?
Exactly. And so even with our bike, so we influenced my girlfriend to get a bike. And so she got a bike and
no way.
has Pelotons in her garage.
Oh,
Yes.
Love that.
So she's like,
yeah, I came home one day and she was using it.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and then she was like, I need one.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
So yeah, it's great for at-home workouts. She's a big at-home workout girl. She has like a full garage gym. She's not a super fan of going into a gym situation, doesn't love the atmosphere, which is, it's not for everybody. And that's totally fair.
We could do a whole thing on gym atmosphere. Like, Emma and I currently go to different gyms, and honestly, it's about the atmosphere.
Yeah.
You also worked for that gym before, so it's kind of your vibe, but I think you like a busy gym.
Yeah. So when we moved to the area that we're in now, because we were going to the same gym before
at our old place.
Yeah. When we moved to this area, I continued going to that gym, but the one here was like a closet.
Yes. And it was like in a bad area.
A bad area. It seemed like maybe people went there to use the shower only.
Oh no.
And it just, for me, like, I love fitness and I love being around other people who are
fit.
Not saying necessarily fit, but people who are we're all doing the same thing. That's what I love about the gym. No matter what your shape, size, age, weight, fitness goal, like, I feel like we are all there together.
It's like a camaraderie.
It is.
Right.
That's how I feel. I look at everybody there. I'm like, we're doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think it pushes you to lift hevier because you're around other people. Yeah.
It does. And so when I was at that crappy gym, I just felt blah. And again,
you would cry about it.
As we've talked about, I'm a crier. And I would literally be crying at the gym because I'm like, I hate this. And I love the gym. Why am I not loving this? I did not love the atmosphere. And then it stopped me from going for quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I wasn't going as frequently at all. And I hated that because that didn't make me happy.
Right.
I wanted to be going. I wanted to be lifting. I wanted to be doing these things. So I was like, why is this not happening for me? So I tried out the gym that I'm at now. And the first time I went in there, the atmosphere, I was like, yep, this is it. It's it's like 20 times bigger.
Yeah.
It does have so many options for machines and weights, and has like a turf zone and like all that stuff. So many cardio machines. It literally has everything you can imagine, which is a dream.
Right.
But also just going in there was people who were, like I said, I don't know what their fitness level is, but we're all doing the same thing. And it was just like motivating to me.
Yeah.
So,
which I'm like the opposite. Like, I don't want anyone at the gym when I'm there.
Yeah.
So I like a smaller, so I didn't go to the one in the bad area. I drive further. And I think that was the other thing. You're like, I'm not driving across town.
I will not drive 15 minutes.
Right.
7 minutes or less.
So this one's closer. So that's why you switched. But me, I would much rather drive further to go to a gym that I prefer. And the one I go to, it's quiet. It's never really busy. And everyone just kind of keeps to themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I like. Totally. And I think it's important to know what you like. So if you go and tour a gym and you're like not feeling the vibe, and like I went to your gym, like you let me, I came in as a guest, wasn't a fan.
And what I love about that is that there's different gyms for different vibes.
Totally.
Right? Some people love CrossFit. Not me.
Yes.
But some people, like one of your best friends, CrossFit junkie.
Yeah.
And she is literally the fittest person on earth.
Yes.
And I love that for her.
I feel like CrossFit is like super camaraderie.
Yes.
So the one you're at is like kind of in the middle. And then the one I'm at is like, don't talk to me and don't look at what I'm doing. And
there's definitely something for everyone. But for all those people who are wanting to get into an actual gym, let me tell you, nobody is looking at you because they're looking at themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
We are all so obsessed with ourselves. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I was saying when I go to the gym, I'm focused on me. And like, if I am watching someone else, I'm probably like, damn, look at them go. Or like, ooh, that's a cool exercise. I want to do that. Or wow, like I love her leggings. I literally saw a girl at the gym today. I was at the gym earlier and she was on the Stairmaster and she's wearing shorts. And so something about me, I have just always been so self-conscious about my legs.
Yeah.
I just never wear shorts. And I would love to wear shorts to the gym. I know, Shannon's shaking her head at me. And I saw this girl on the Stairmaster and she's wearing shorts. She's got like a curvy body. She looked 10 out of 10. And I was like, why can't I do that?
Because you can.
But see what I mean? But I'm looking at her and I'm like, you like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, yes, go girl.
Yeah.
You know? So I know it can be intimidating to go into an actual gym because we're all thinking, oh, what's someone gonna think of me? Or like, what if I'm not doing this right? Or
Yeah.
we all have those terrible thoughts that go through our head. But from my experience, like, I don't know, it's a supportive atmosphere. And I think, because I think you're looking at me because you think I look weird, you're probably thinking, damn, look at that exercise. Or I want to try that.
I want those shorts.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, those legs look great in those shorts.
Damn it. I think I should share why I went to the gym that I'm at.
Yeah.
Originally, like the one in our old town.
Okay.
And again, whatever gets you there is good. It's a good thing.
Absolutely.
You have no idea what I'm about to say.
I have no idea. We're both looking at each other with quite wide eyes.
So remember the conversation of like, I was like, so we went to the gym. I think we got a gym membership, but then I was like, I want to get a personal trainer.
Yes.
Because I never know what to do. And I'm like, I was only going to the gym if Emma was going, because then I could just follow her around and just copy what she's doing. So I was like, I need a personal trainer. But also I had started writing a book, and the main love interest is a personal trainer in a gym. Yeah. And I was like, perfect. It's like research. And that's how I tricked myself. Remember? And that's how I tricked myself into like rationalizing paying for a personal trainer.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that.
Right.
That's so funny.
So I was like, you know what? I'll go. If it's a loss, it's a loss. But at least I've like researched kind of like what a personal trainer does in a day.
How are you supposed to write a book if you literally don't know?
Exactly. It's called research.
Research.
But then I kind of took the research a little too far, because I had written a scene and me and my trainer are besties now. And I was like, oh, do you like, he was like interested. And he's like, let me read some of your book.
Buckle up.
I hope he's not listening to this. But anyways, I was like, yeah, this is a really great scene that I just worked on. And I handed to him, and I remember I'm doing chin-ups on that chin-up machine, just hating life. And he's reading my story off my phone. And then, he finishes and he says, oh, that was like really good. And I was like, oh, thanks. And then I'm driving home afterwards, and I'm like, oh my God, it was like a scene. And like, she was like talking about how she was like basically fantasizing about his body, essentially.
Yeah.
And being like, and like, he had no idea that the main character was a personal trainer. I had not shared that with him. And so, but there was a part where she's like, when we like grazed arms, like,
when he like touched your back or something.
Yeah, like fixing your form, or like, and then grazed hands, like putting like weight on the machine. And then I was like, oh my God, this man is gonna think I am like in love with him. Anyways, it was the most horrifying, and I almost didn't go back. Remember, we had that conversation, and I was like, I can't see him again. But like, I was devastated. Like, I was like, I am so embarrassed. I cannot show my face.
And then you did.
I did.
Did you guys talk about it?
You know what? I can't remember. I feel like, knowing me, I did.
You probably just were.
He'll probably listen to this episode and be like, remember this? Anyways, so glad I shared that.
You probably just talked too much about it.
Probably. Me, just
yeah.
Distraction. But yeah, I came home and I remember telling you, and you were like, Shannon, no.
Why?
It was kind of a spicy scene. And I had not prepped him. I think the most embarrassing part was I had not prepped him. And so then it seemed even weirder,
Right.
Yeah.
Like you're fantasizing about your personal trainer.
Right. So anyways, all in all, I'm still with with him.
Right.
And you know what? What got me there was research. And here I am actually working on my fitness.
And it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. It's been a couple years, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And you know what that is?
Consistency.
I
know. In my head, I'm like, at least I go once a week.
Yeah. No, but you do other stuff too.
Yeah.
Like, you have been so consistent.
Yes. And I think changing it up is key. I did Pilates for a few months.
Yeah.
Mostly just to like strengthen my core. And then I quit that. And now I'm doing yoga. I just think it's like fun to kind of like move things around and like get excited about movement again.
Yeah, I agree.
I think too, we could do a whole episode on like your cycle and exercise.
Oh my gosh.
And
it is
learning
so
that.
real.
Yeah. And like not hating yourself when you are like maybe on your period or like in a lower phase. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my yoga that I just signed up for. I'm going to stack that in my, 2 weeks where I'm kind of like lower energy.
Yeah.
And then my weeks where I'm higher energy, I'm not wasting time going to yoga. I'm doing more like gym exercises.
Mm-hmm.
Sprinkle gym exercises in with those low weeks, but yoga is kind of the main focus. And that way I won't get that guilt, because it's really hard when you get the guilt once a month and you feel like you're getting off track again.
Yes.
And I think that's what women kind of struggle with, is because like men are on a 24-hour schedule. They just do the same thing every day and they're very happy. But us, like your body's changing constantly. And like sometimes you like the cramps are too much, or you're just like so low energy. Like the thought of going to the gym is just, and then you get that guilt because you didn't go. And then you stop going because you didn't go that one time. So you're like, well, I'm already
all or nothing.
Yeah.
So can we talk about that for a minute?
Yeah.
That's a huge thing. And that's something that I've experienced quite a lot, especially like I know the bodybuilding area is it can be quite toxic.
Mm-hmm.
For some people like me. And I feel like, the whole like falling off track for one day and then hating yourself about it. And then, doing everything wrong, doing the self-sabotaging.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like all of that it's so hard to overcome. And I feel like as women, we experience that quite a lot.
It's
and I
literally
don't think,
a monthly cycle of us just.
You and I are not alone on this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've taken a long time to heal myself, and I'm still on that healing journey.
Mm-hmm.
With my relationship with food and my body and exercise.
From the days of bodybuilding.
Yeah, for me personally. Mm-hmm. But I think it's the same for everybody. Like I just got those feelings from that. But I think it's really important to give yourself grace. Just because you didn't go to the gym because you were feeling sluggish that one day doesn't mean that the rest of your week didn't matter.
Yes.
Right? Or in that moment, it doesn't mean, I can't hop on the walking pad and do 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because you had that huge meal that you went out for dinner, you had appetizer, entree, dessert, a couple drinks, and then you stopped for ice cream on the way home. You know what? That was probably an amazing night.
Yeah.
And you feel really full right now, but like, let's think about like the time that you just spent with your partner or your family and like the beautiful meal you just ate. And then, you know what? In the morning, you're just going to get right back onto your regular schedule. Like, not that it's like I'm on a diet. It's like, this is just my life.
Right.
Right. And
we're not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Is that big?
I think
where'd that come from? Dude, I just like,
don't throw any babies out with the bathwater. Tip number 1. But yeah,
delete that.
But yeah, it's not like, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. And I was like that for a long time. And I would really hate myself for like, quote unquote messing up or cheating or whatever the case is. And I've really worked to heal that. And now I have meals that are wild, and I'll eat, like, again, we order pad thai. I'll eat the whole tub.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty full after, but then you know what? Tomorrow's a new day, and it doesn't, like, it literally, or even just later, that doesn't mean I'm going to go then down another one or whatever the case is. I'm going to enjoy what I'm doing right now and not think of it negatively. Right? It is just, I just had a wonderful dinner with my best friend on the couch, and guess what? Tomorrow I'm going to get up and I'm just going to be in my routine. I'm going to go to the gym, and it's like literally nothing happened.
Yeah.
You don't have to hate yourself for these little things that are just part of your life.
Yeah.
And part of your cycle and part of whatever's going on.
Yeah. I think, for sure. Just be kind to yourself is the biggest thing there. Because it is easy to, like, once you feel bad about yourself, you just keep doing things that, it's like when my tummy hurts, I'm like, I should have McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like, like I already feel shitty.
Yeah.
So I might as well just pack on the McDonald's.
Yeah.
And then that just gets you into a bad cycle too.
Yeah.
So
you don't have to do that. If you do something once, you can just move on.
Easier said than done.
it takes a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm saying
Mhm.
this like it's easy. It's not. And I've spent like a decade, more than a decade, trying to heal this.
Mhm.
But I feel like I've come a long way.
I think
And
in the years that I've been with you, I can see a huge change.
yeah,
Because your cycles used to be way longer. So you would cycle out of exercise and it would be
yeah,
months of you being kind of down on yourself
Yeah.
and like feeling shitty. And then you'd get yourself back into it
yes,
for a few months and then you'd fall out. And now I think like you have like maybe a weekend
yeah,
or like a week. Like, you know, you went on vacation or whatever.
right.
But like that's different. But like when you're home and you're not on vacation, it's like a couple days and then you're like back on track.
Yeah.
Which is so good.
Yeah. And again, even when I've had that like huge meal that I'm like, oh man, like probably shouldn't have done that, but hey, whatever. And I'm like, well, I guess like I'll just be in my regular routine. I'll just go to the gym now. I'll just whatever. I'm also not gonna like overcompensate and be like, I'm not eating tomorrow.
No.
We're not doing that.
No. And I find too your mood doesn't shift as crazy when it does happen. Like you're just you accept it. You're like, oh yeah, like I ate a whole pizza.
Yeah.
Whatever. Tomorrow I'll go to the gym. No big deal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I ate it and it was great.
Whereas like before you'd be like fixated on it.
Yes.
You're like, I just ate a pizza. The next day you're like, I ate a whole pizza yesterday.
Yeah. And I know I'm not alone in these feelings.
Totally.
I know I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. We can make it through. And I think, again, I feel like it just always comes back to consistency. I feel like if we are consistent with our actions that are towards this goes for anything in our life. Relationships, friendships, career, fitness, health, whatever goal you have. If you are just like trying to make consistent decisions that will serve you in that purpose, I feel like at the end of the day, that's what it's about.
Yeah. And tell your loved ones.
Yeah.
So that you stay accountable.
Or get a trainer, get a coach.
Yeah.
Write it down somewhere.
Yeah. I find, when I just tell people like, I'm going to do X many of these, or you have a workout friend.
Yes.
That would be even better.
Yes.
Unless your friend abandons you for a different gym.
And your friend doesn't follow you to your new gym. And then moves out and leaves you.
Oh my God. And then takes the walking pad and
oh my God. What am I going to do?
And the weights.
Oh, I do have a medicine ball. I have a medicine ball and
a yoga mat.
Is that it? And a kettlebell. Is that yours?
It's mine.
Fuck.
I have tried to do home workouts most of my life because I just don't like going to a gym.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's better having like a trainer and it's good sometimes too. What I've noticed, I would do really lazy home workouts, you know, like even P90X, I'd be like dogging it.
Yeah.
Whereas like when you're at the gym, you're a little bit accountable because like people are around.
Yeah.
So you can't dog it that much. At least like no one, like we said, no one's watching you, but like a part of you is like,
and for me,
I can lift heavier.
For me, I like being strong. So I literally want the dude next to me be like, whoa, she's so strong. Like, yeah.
Like the other day when I benched like a plate.
Yes.
I was like
135 pounds.
Boys, look at me. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So anyways, did we solve it though? I don't know. We just kind of blabbered and I told a really embarrassing story that I probably will regret.
I feel like I might say this every episode because I feel like we solve all the world's problems.
We do.
I feel like we did solve starting your fitness journey.
Which is what we wanted to touch on.
I feel like there are so many ways to start. You need to find what's best for you and literally start today.
Right.
Start right now.
Yeah. And that may be just like a weird little quickie Instagram workout video.
Exactly.
Or walking on your walking pad.
Yeah. Or walking
with
around.
A couple weights in your hand, maybe.
There you go. Walking around in circles at your workplace.
Hot girl walk outside.
Exactly. Squat o'clock.
Squat o'clock. Every time someone on Love Island says that they love someone, you have to squat.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it's important to just get started and do something that you're going to do. And there's going to be days that you don't want to do it. And if you can on those days, do it anyway.
Yeah. and something that like excites you.
Yeah.
And if you have a hard time with consistency, I did find like, yeah, I have a gym membership. I show up for every training like that I have with my personal trainer. I show up for all of those. Do I show up outside of that sometimes? No. Do I show up for every Pilates thing that I book because I pay for it? Yes. Do I show up for every yoga? Yes. So if you have an issue with accountability and consistency at first, maybe you have to put some money down to like book classes and then show up.
Yeah. Or book the free classes. You still have to put your name. You're still taking a spot from someone else.
Yes. And it's going to force you to go.
Yeah.
And then you'll realize you like it.
Yeah.
Like it was my first time going to the yoga studio. I went on Sunday and I was really nervous because you know me, like I don't know anyone. And I'm sitting outside and I'm staring at the door, and I got there like 20 minutes early because that's just who I am. And I'm watching and like there's no cars coming in. I'm like, oh my God. And I kept checking the time. I'm like, is this the correct time? And then finally I look over and I see someone with a yoga mat walking on the other side of the building, like the back of the building. And I was like, oh my God, I'm like late now because I was waiting to see someone go in the door. And so then I like run around to the other side. There was a back entrance. And then I walk in and the instructor's like, hi. I'm like, hi, I'm new. She's like, oh, well, you found the back door. So that's the hardest part. And I was like,
why is there no sign?
That should be on the website, ma'am. It should be in the email, the welcome email. So yeah. And then the second class I went to, I ran into an old colleague.
Oh.
So it was just so lovely. And now I'm like, yeah, I'm going to show up all the time. I love this.
I love that so much.
Yeah. So finding ways to be consistent and to stay accountable is like huge when you start.
Yeah.
I feel like after you're consistent, you turn into Emma.
Well,
or you turn into me when I was in my 20s and I was like, I'd rather be at the gym than at this house party. Like, that's crazy.
It just becomes whatever you're doing part of your life. And I think that's important because I know everybody has different stuff going on in their lives, and you just fit it in what you can, when you can, whatever you like. And honestly, guys, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Like, you're not going to want to do things. Like, not everything is going to excite you. And you can't always rely on motivation because we're not going to always be motivated.
No.
That's why we do rely on consistency.
Yeah.
Right? Because, sometimes for a whole week, I don't feel like doing anything, but I know that my body will feel good. And like I said earlier, I never have regretted something that I've done.
No.
Never.
No.
And you won't either.
And like, it's when you are there. Like sometimes I'm still talking about this, so sorry. But sometimes I'll promise myself, I'm like, I'm just going to the gym and I'm going to walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes.
Yes.
But then you're there and you're like, I might as well like do a little bit.
Yes.
And the next thing you know, you're doing a whole workout.
And it feels so good.
Yeah.
And it's something that you wouldn't have done otherwise.
That's some of my best workouts.
Yes.
Is when I go and being like, I don't have to.
Oh, I love that feeling so much. Yeah. Guys, I literally did that a couple weeks ago. And do you remember you came home? I was gloomy on the couch. It was a gloomy day. And you were like, get up and go to the gym. And I had been putting off the gym.
I'm so good at doing it
for
to other people.
Hours.
I'm like, you go to the gym so I can lay on the couch.
And I love going to the gym. And I was just putting it off. And you came home and you were like, you're gloomy. Fix this. Go do what's going to fix this for you, because we all know that's going to fix it. And so I got up and I got ready and I got to the gym and I had a great damn workout. And then I came home bubbly.
Yeah, you did.
And feeling great.
And then I think we recorded a podcast.
And then we recorded.
Yeah. I was like, we cannot record with you being this way. Go to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt good.
I think we solved it then.
I think we can.
I feel good about it.
And I think you guys can do this. Just start today. I'm so happy starting day.
Yes. Happy starting day.
Congratulations.
On this beautiful Thursday.
Beautiful Thursday. Or whatever day you're listening.
True. But you should listen to it when we drop it.
Exactly.
If you're a true fan.
So on that note, you can find us on Instagram.
Yes.
At The Girly Hour. YouTube at The Girly Hour. Everywhere at The Girly Hour. You can listen to us on Spotify and Apple Music. Like, subscribe, and share with your friends.
Yeah.
We'd also love to hear from you. So if you have any fun or embarrassing gym stories,
my God, please. I'm going to regret this.
Or if you have any tips to share, like, we'd love to share your tips with everyone too, because we can all learn from each other and we'd love to hear from you.
We're going to have way more episodes on fitness. So if you have anything that you want to add, and we will add it into our next episode.
I feel like we've just barely scratched the surface.
We have. I feel like we just talked in a big circle, but hopefully it was clear to everyone.
I
How
think
to get started.
everyone can relate.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So until next week, problem solved. Bye, guys.
Bye.